PMAY 2 में, so now they are saying subsidy will be equal, 2.5 lakh, 1.5 lakh, whatever, depends on your eligibility. But we'll give you in 5 years. You have to take a loan from me. I have to upload your file. There is some OTP which will come to you. Okay, that means now you are after my life, sir. मेरे को OTP आया, अभी government से पैसा आने वाला है. You have to do all your fulfillment. Believe me, it is not even 30 days. You'll get the money.
हाउसिंग गैप है in terms of the deficit of units available versus demand. आपने बोला था कि 3 करोड़ तक भी जा सकता है. What is the reason that this deficit is rising?
इंडिया में 140 करोड़ की जनता है. You divide by 4. There are maybe 35 करोड़ families.
Okay.
Correct? इतने घर ही नहीं है. अभी shortfall, how can it be a shortfall of only 3 crore?
What is that comfort that you get to expand into a new city in terms of what is the due diligence that you do?
First of all, is it one of the smart city under government of India? Second, is there any Zomato available there?
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bazaar and Beyond, where we deep dive into the world of finance, investing and more to help you make smart investment decisions. और मैं हूं आपका होस्ट विवेक अनंत. आज के एपिसोड में we have a special guest who is the MD and CEO of JM Financial Home Loans, a company focused purely on the affordable housing finance segment. Affordable housing एक ऐसा सेक्टर है जहां डिमांड कांस्टेंट रहता है, मगर अभी भी सप्लाई और अफोर्डेबिलिटी के इश्यूज ग्राउंड लेवल पर एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. Manish Sheth has over 2 decades of experience in finance and leadership, and today he joins us to decode what's driving this up to 30% growth story in the affordable housing space. Thank you so much, Manish, for doing this with us. I wanted to start with the first question. It's more about your personal journey as to how you arrived at JM Home Finance, and basically how did you start as a CA and then you end up as a business head, like running this business for the past 8 years?
Thanks, Vivek, for calling me on this podcast. So, I cleared my CA in, I think, 2000.
Okay.
And this is my first job.
Okay.
So, I born and brought up in JM.
Nice.
So, I started my career when it was JM Morgan Stanley.
Okay.
We had a joint venture partner called Morgan Stanley.
Okay.
And I joined as a tax executive, the lowest ever possible,
Achha.
the entry level,
Achha.
what you call in the MNC.
Okay.
And from there, today I am MD CEO of JM Financial Home Loans. Journey was pretty much super, I would say, because during the journey, I think I have seen JM Morgan Stanley building businesses. Then we parted ways, 2008. Then we started building our own journey. We have applied for a bank license. Okay. Everybody applied. Only Bandhan and IDFC got. Nobody else got out of 35 applicants, including Tatas and Birlas. But after that, I think I became a group CFO. Then we started expanding internationally. So I was managing all international expansion those days, including our offices in New York, Dubai, Singapore, Indonesia.
Okay.
Then the time came that I was getting bored with the numbers. So I went to the board and management saying that I would really love to do something else if given a choice. Fortunately, unfortunately, bank license didn't came, but we had some of the good consultant advising us on what to build. So 2-3 businesses we thought or we chose to build on our own. One of them was this, JM Financial Home Loans. So I think 2016-17 I convinced the board, and of course my managing director, group managing director Vishal convinced the board that this is an area where we should enter. So we applied in 2017, and this is now 8-year-old I think journey. So this is the first, I would say, retail lending business non-related to capital market for the group.
Okay.
Because JM Financial is a 50-year-old organization. Fully focused on the capital market businesses. So we are kind of known for all the IPOs, advisories, M&As in the world. But these are 1 or 2 offshoot, I would say, where we tried building something on our own, and this is one of the successful business which we could build in last 8 to 10 years.
Nice. अगर आप जो आपने बोला कि आप बोर हो गए नंबर से, like obviously you're a CA, you've done this for so many years, तो थोड़ा सा बहुत इसमें नंबर्स नहीं है, इसमें भी तो नंबर्स ही तो है.
नहीं सर, इसमें नंबर इज टू माय माइंड 20-25% of the time.
अच्छा.
It is super touch and feel business. The satisfaction which you get when you give somebody a house is very different than when you talk to a research analyst justifying your numbers.
Fair enough. So, speaking of giving someone a house, so आप जो बोल रहे थे कि कस्टमर को घर जो देना है, आपका कस्टमर कौन है in terms of affordable housing finance में? Primary customer कौन है? Especially one is larger industry and JM, of course. You can start from JM and then the industry.
So affordable housing, is something which everybody talks about.
Correct.
And everybody has a different notion in their mind कि ये है क्या है. Correct. So अगर आप जाके एक्सिस बैंक में पूछेंगे ना अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग क्या है, तो वो बोलेगा आपको आशा प्रोडक्ट इज अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग, जहाँ 1 करोड़ की लोन भी अफोर्डेबल हो जाती है. बिकॉज बॉम्बे में 1 करोड़ की लोन, पीपल आर स्टिल थिंकिंग ऑफ अफोर्डिंग इट. करेक्ट. But if you the same question, if you ask to a listed company called Awas, okay, they will tell you 10 to 15 lakh, 20-25 lakh may be an affordable housing. So to my mind, giving a home to somebody who is deserving a home, but he's not been getting it in a formal channel, is what I would call as affordable housing, as far as we are concerned. Definition wise, I think NHB, RBI keeps giving us some guidance. It is not an affordable housing definition as such, but RBI keeps saying that priority sector lending. So people think that as an affordable housing. So for example, in metro cities, house worth 63 lakhs or maybe loan worth 50 lakhs could be an affordable housing where population is more than 50 lakhs. Or in a tier 2 cities, it will be 45 lakhs loan. And a house worth 57 lakhs. So that is RBI. When you go to NHB, there are a lot of schemes government pushing through NHB. So NHB has now become a refinance bank, correct? So there are the schemes like EWS, LIG, meaning economically weaker section class. That means a family earning is under 3 lakhs rupees a year. So that is called EWS. इसके लिए अलग scheme है. There is low income group. Like family earning is between 3 lakh to 6 lakhs.
का मतलब household basically.
हाँ, household income. So that is affordable housing. So honestly, I think the real affordable housing players, to my mind, is anybody whose ticket size is anywhere between 10 to 25 lakhs. Depends on tier 2 and tier 3 cities.
ये जो PMAY में जो सब्सिडी मिलता है वो भी अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग के लिए जाता है कि उसका कोई अलग टिकट साइज?
अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग.
वो अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग.
So PMAY 2 अभी नया जो लॉन्च हुआ है, that is focused. They have relaxed it and they have made it more meaningful.
अच्छा.
So PMAY 1 में क्या होता था कि आपके पास एक घर नहीं होना चाहिए. For example, you and your wife is coming as a borrower. Your wife has to be one of the owner. You should not own any house anywhere in India. Then government will give you, depends upon your income, anywhere between 1.5 lakh to 2.5 lakh rupees as a subsidy under PMAY 1.
अच्छा.
ठीक है. So उसमें क्या होता था कि एक कस्टमर है जो 10 लाख का लोन लेता है आपसे, अच्छा कस्टमर है, वो 2.5 लाख रुपया लोन गवर्नमेंट सब्सिडी ले लेता है और उसके बाद 6 महीने में बीटी कर लेता है. बीटी मीनिंग बैलेंस ट्रांसफर कर लेता है और आपका लोन और कहीं लेके जाता है.
अच्छा.
सो कभी गवर्नमेंट इज थिंकिंग दैट ये बंदे ने 2.5 लाख रुपया भी ले लिया एंड ही इज कैपेबल ऑल्सो. सो माई एक्चुअली सब्सिडी इज गेटिंग वेस्ट. सो PMAY 2 में in my view they have corrected it and which is a good one. So now they are saying subsidy will be equal, 2.5 lakh, 1.5 lakh, whatever, depends on your eligibility, but we'll give you in 5 buckets, 5 years.
Achha.
Will not give you upfront.
अच्छा.
You be with this guy who has originated you, who has undertaken a risk. We will give you 50,000 rupees every month, every year, provided you keep paying your EMIs. और उससे क्या होता है कि गवर्नमेंट का जो बजट था प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना वो 5 टाइम्स हो गया. बिकॉज टुडे सब एक ही आदमी को देके हाँ मतलब दैट बजट इनडायरेक्टली दे हैव क्रिएटेड अ 5 टाइम बिगर इम्पैक्ट विद द सिमिलर बजट. So it was an interesting product by government of India.
तो ये जो सब्सिडी जो आप बोलते हैं वो डायरेक्टली बोरोवर को मिलता है कि आपको ट्रांसफर?
So this is very interesting. When I started 7-8 years back, I never thought ये government scheme subsidies खाली दिखावे के लिए, but believe me, genuinely, like now you have to just upload, you have to take a loan from me. I have to upload your file. There is some OTP which will come to you. Okay, that means now you are after my life, sir. मेरे को OTP आया, अभी गवर्नमेंट से पैसा आने वाला है. You have to do all your fulfillment, saying that I don't have any other income, I don't have any other house, my wife is the owner, blah blah. There are 5-6 conditions which you have to follow. Believe me, it is not even 30 days you'll get the money. Meaning I'll get the money and I will give a credit to you and I will ask you, do you want to reduce your EMI or you want to reduce your tenure?
Okay. जब वो approve होके आ जाता है तब अच्छा.
And it is only 1 or 2 days I have to give you credit, not that I can sit on it.
अच्छा. Oh, you also it's incumbent on you कि आपको भी ट्रांसफर.
हमारे ऊपर ऑडिट होता है उसका.
अच्छा. ये कौन ऑडिट करता है?
NHB.
NHB ऑडिट करता है. अरे वाह, इंटरेस्टिंग. तो ये जो इतना सब्सिडीज लगा रहे हैं सरकार, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट भी लगाते हैं या सिर्फ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट लगाते हैं?
मोस्टली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है, बट सम ऑफ द स्टेट लाइक इन बिटवीन गुजरात में चीफ मिनिस्टर आवास योजना भी था. सो दे वर गिविंग सम एडिशनल 50,000, बट उसका अलग क्राइटेरिया होता है, दैट इज ड्रिवन बाय द स्टेट एजेंडा.
हाँ ठीक है, वो स्टेट का अलग से. ठीक है, फेयर एनफ. सो ये जो वी आर स्पीकिंग अर्लियर बिफोर वी स्टार्टेड रिकॉर्डिंग कि एक हाउसिंग गैप है इन टर्म्स ऑफ द डेफिसिट ऑफ यूनिट्स अवेलेबल वर्सेस डिमांड. एंड अब आपने बोला था कि 3 करोड़ तक भी जा सकता है 2030 तक. अभी ये गैप, इज इट बिकॉज कि कंस्ट्रक्शन जल्दी ना हो पा रहा है या डिमांड हैज जस्ट शॉट थ्रू द रूफ एंड इट्स कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड इन सर्टन अर्बन क्लस्टर्स, उसके वजह से हो रहा है कि इतने साल जो हमारा रियल एस्टेट सेक्टर स्लो हो गया था, अभी वो दे आर नॉट एबल. व्हाट इज द रीजन दैट दिस डेफिसिट इज राइजिंग?
I think it is combination of all, whatever you said, correct? So as of now, as we speak, as per the report of ministry, 1.1 crore shortage in the houses.
Okay.
It will go up to around 3 crore by 2030. And this is combination of one, nuclearization happening in the family. Second is there is still a migration from tier 4 cities to tier 3 cities and tier 2 cities.
Okay.
Sometimes there is a migration back, and this is going to be very interesting for you to hear. I have seen, so this Diwali I was in Indore. Okay, and I was seeing there are a lot of GCCs getting built across the countries.
Got it.
There are a lot of IT parks getting built across the countries.
Okay.
And people would now love to stay back in their hometown and don't migrate to Bangalore and Hyderabad for the job in IT industry. Because क्या है कि अभी वहाँ पे similar salary में better lifestyle, better houses मिल रहे हैं.
अच्छा.
And काम तो वही करना है.
ये मतलब जो पैंडेमिक में जो हुआ था अभी कंटिन्यू हो रहा है बोल रहे हैं?
हाँ, जो IT इंडस्ट्री में तो हो रहा है. इनफैक्ट BFSI में भी now people are thinking, because cost structure of cities like Bombay has gone up so much. I mean, as JM we were thinking, or we had some building in Ahmedabad. Because the back office work you can always get it done from any city where you get a good talent.
Correct. तो ये जो शॉर्टेज जो आप बोल रहे हो स्पेसिफिकली जो हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनीज के पर्सपेक्टिव से, डू यू थिंक दैट इफ यू गाइज ग्रो फास्टर और you are able to provide loans to borrowers who come to you, do you think that the deficit will reduce, or do you think that there is more reforms to be done in terms of state rules, city rules? वो हमारे यहाँ पे land and उसका बहुत सारा मेज है ना.
100% governments to work on it. So this time interestingly, one of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana pillar, there are got 4 pillars, correct? Okay. 2 of them we are working, all the affordable housing finance companies, which is interest rate subsidy and Awas Yojana, that money which has been given back. One more where they are incentivizing developers by giving Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, so that they develop with that money, or they build this affordable housing finance. Interestingly, government is also thinking as a rental housing.
Achha.
Meaning lot of migrant population, okay, that for example you want to build a national highway somewhere, or maybe you want to build a rail, okay, you need a migrant labor. Government is worrying about that housing also.
Okay.
Not that he wants a permanent housing, but he need that for 2-3 years.
Got it.
So that is going to be a big challenge for government to handle.
Is this counted in the 1 crore, 3 crore?
No.
नहीं. So ये मतलब और होगा.
हाँ, that is the rental housing.
So that means the actual units that are required is वो और भी ज़्यादा हो सकता है.
Yes sir. आप देखो ना 140 करोड़ इंडिया है. इंडिया में 140 करोड़ की जनता है. You divide by 4. There are maybe 35 crore families.
Okay.
Fair enough, yeah. इतने घर ही नहीं है. अभी शॉर्टफॉल, हाउ कैन इट बी अ शॉर्टफॉल ऑफ ओनली 3 करोड़?
ओके. ये जो शॉर्टफॉल जो है स्पेसिफिकली आप हमको समझा सकते हैं कि कौन से रीजन्स में ज़्यादा है? बिकॉज See, we all pay high rent in Bombay, and it affects us. We think that shortfall यहाँ पे. But from what I have researched, and हमारा जब पहले बात भी हुआ था कि the shortfall is also there in tier 2, tier 3 cities. वो कैसे, मतलब समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को कैसे, हमारे viewers का अगर explain कर सके तो.
नहीं तो shortfall in tier 2 cities is also equally like tier 1 cities. Don't assume that in Bombay only. Bombay में क्या है कि because of the scarcity of land, your prices has gone up.
Okay.
In the tier 2, tier 3 cities, land is still available, but there is no construction happening. I mean, construction takes time. There are no tier 1 developer there. Who are the developer there? The developer are actually a contractor. They just take one parcel of a land, divide in 10 pieces. They just in a year they construct 10, 12 houses. That's all.
Okay.
So I'll tell you in Jalgaon city, you know.
Okay.
So how there are hardly 5 developers. In Indore, the only good developer of Bombay is Kalpataru, who has built only one house, one building. That's all.
अच्छा. Okay. तो organized real estate
there is
नहीं है.
absolutely no organized real estate developer in tier 2, tier 3 cities.
So why don't these guys get into it, considering it's
Not possible, sir. So Oberoi, for example, you know, he is very good developer in Bombay.
Okay.
But getting to new area, you know, land acquisition, then all the approvals you have to take, then you have to get all the suppliers in that city, and plus you have to, of course, make profit.
समझा.
So I think it is very difficult, and that's why these tier 2, tier 3 cities will be ruled by these tier 2 and tier 3 developers. On top of it, there is land records, which is still not digitized.
वो उसका भी मतलब बहुत साल से प्रोजेक्ट्स चल रहे हैं रजिस्टर करने के लिए, मगर हो नहीं रहे हैं ना, वो भी
difficult है. I'll tell you Nagpur. Okay, I have, by the way, as JM, last 8 years, I am present in 130 cities. Okay, we run by 30 clusters, what we call.
Okay.
We have got more than 30, 40 collateral policies.
Okay.
I'll give you example. Collateral meaning, for example, Nagpur. नागपुर में आपको लगता है नागपुर में जाके आप घर खरीद सकते हो, करेक्ट?
Okay.
नागपुर में नागपुर म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन है, एनएमडीसी है, ग्राम पंचायत है, नागपुर इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रस्ट है,
अच्छा,
और रेगुलर प्रॉपर्टी है, रेगुलराइज प्रॉपर्टी है. अभी आपको पता ही नहीं है कि आपका जो घर है वो कहाँ पे आ रहा है, वो टीएनसीपी अप्रूव है, टाउन एंड कंट्री प्लानिंग का अप्रूवल है कि नहीं है, बिकॉज कल आपने फंड कर दिया, वो रोल कटिंग में चला गया. So I'm just giving you one example. I've got collateral policies like this across cities.
अच्छा, okay.
So नागपुर में अगर आपको बिल्डिंग बनाना है, फॉर एग्जांपल टीयर 1 डेवलपर वांट्स टू गो एंड बिल्ड अ हाउस इन बिल्ड अ अपार्टमेंट इन नागपुर, ही हैज टू डू ऑल दिस, देन गेट द अप्रूवल.
ओके. तो आप जब ड्यू डिलिजेंस करते हैं स्पेसिफिकली, व्हाट इज इट दैट यू आर लुकिंग फॉर व्हेन यू वांट टू एक्सपैंड टू अ न्यू सिटी? कि मगर मेरे को यहाँ पे सपोज आपने 1 से चालू किया रहेगा, फिर आपने फिर 20, 30, 40, what is that comfort that you get to expand into a new city in terms of what is the due diligence that you do?
Very interesting question. So, you know, first of all, is it one of the smart city under government of India?
Okay.
Okay, that means they have done their own due diligence.
Got it.
Second, is there any Zomato available there or Uber
Really?
available there? Yeah,
Zomato
yeah. I have a full checklist.
Okay.
Okay, which will tell you so checklist is divided in 2-3 parts.
Okay.
One is the collateral checklist, meaning इसके अंदर कौन सी काइंड प्रॉपर्टी आएगी, ग्राम पंचायत आएगी हमारे पास, गांवठान प्रॉपर्टी आएगी हमारे पास, म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन की प्रॉपर्टी आएगी हमारे पास. तो एक टिक द बॉक्स होता है.
अच्छा.
चलो ये वाली प्रॉपर्टी आएगी, ये हम लोग फंड कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. देन वी, फॉर एग्जांपल सूरत, ओके, व्हेन वी एंटर सूरत, देयर वर 2 important industries.
Okay.
Like diamond industry थी और textile industry थी.
Okay.
Then we layer it up with the research report at GM.
Okay.
That are we good at diamond industry for next 10 years? Are we good at textile industry for next 10 years?
अच्छा.
So that will give you a stability कि ये industry में यहाँ 10 साल तक job तो मिल सकती है.
अच्छा.
Then you come to a customer behavior.
Okay.
For example, सिबिल का डेटा होता है कि कस्टमर बिहेवियर इन सूरत सिटी कैसा है, कौन सा कस्टमर क्या सिबिल पे बिहेव करता है, कैसे बिहेव करता है. सो देन यू शॉर्टलिस्ट कि यस चलो कोलेटरल पॉलिसी का इश्यू नहीं है, इंडस्ट्री का इश्यू नहीं है, जॉब स्टेबिलिटी मिलेगा, गवर्नमेंट का इश्यू नहीं है, विच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. सो आई हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड वाइजेक एंड विजयवाड़ा. वंस वी गॉट दिस गवर्नमेंट इलेक्टेड लास्ट ईयर, आई थॉट नाउ 5 साल का स्टेबिलिटी है, लेट्स एक्सपांड फास्ट.
वहाँ पे वो गूगल ने भी चालू कर दिया.
वो तो अभी चालू किया. वी हैव एक्सपांडेड जस्ट अ ईयर बैक.
अच्छा. तो because
I thought so. See, Chandrababu Naidu will bring something. So all industries. So we are starting Tirupati cluster, Vizag cluster, Vijayawada cluster.
Got it.
So that's how you start building. You know, so you have to keep your eyes, ears open everywhere.
Interesting. Sir, ये जो पॉलिसीज जो गवर्नमेंट निकालते हैं, जो हमने ब्रीफली स्पोक अबाउट दैट, कि टू प्रमोट अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग स्पेसिफिकली, where do you see, I mean, if you could give us a overview कि PMAY 1 में जो लर्निंग हुआ था, 2.0 में, do you think that एक continuous policy support ज़रूरत पड़ेगा अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग को, या at some point वो government can taper off? जैसे I'll give an example why I'm asking this question is, it's थोड़ा सा हटके but it's relevant for our viewers also to understand कि मैंने सपोज 80C डिडक्शन में लेता हूँ, उसमें मेरा प्रिंसिपल आता है, मेरा हाउसिंग का भी आता है. देयर वाज अ टाइम वेयर देयर वाज नो कैप ऑन इंटरेस्ट डिडक्शन, सो पीपल यूज्ड टू बाय 3-4 हाउसेस. तो देन गवर्नमेंट कैप्टेड कि 2 लाख आप कर सकते हो, उतना ही आप कैरी फॉरवर्ड कर सकते हो, लॉस जो भी है उसका रूल्स. सो दैट मीन्स उन्होंने हाई अर्नर्स के लिए कैप कर दिया है. अभी ये उन्होंने पॉलिसी डिसीजन ले लिया कि हमको हाई अर्नर्स के लिए नहीं देना है. सिमिलरली आपको लगता है यहाँ पे भी एक टॉप आ जाएगा कि उसके बाद गवर्नमेंट बोलेगी नहीं, इसके बाद नहीं करेंगे, considering the shortage that we have, is that उसके context
It is too early to answer because I think government has to provide houses at least to this 3 crore shortfall.
Okay.
Till then, I don't think any government comes. I am not saying BJP, Congress, any government. Okay, they have no choice but to give the houses and support the housing finance.
Okay.
Especially this category of people, who are under EWS and LIG.
MIG का भी एक
MIG का बंद किया था उन्होंने. Exactly what you said. They withdrew MIG because they
इसी के लिए निकाला है.
हाँ, तो वो 12 लाख से 18 लाख वाला भी था एक जमाने में. When I started 2017, there was a scheme where they were supporting 12 to 18 lakh income, family household income. Which they stopped. They withdrew. Because they thought that that is not the customer which we want to support. Exactly what you are saying, Vivek. But this is the customer who is like 3 lakh rupees household income. I think they still need to support.
अभी आप देखो, मैं सपोज मेरा हाउस होल्ड इनकम 10-15 लाख, तो आई इन अ सिटी लाइक बॉम्बे आई नीड दैट सपोर्ट, करेक्ट? आई वुड नीड दैट सपोर्ट इवन इफ आई एम अ हाई MIG. हाउ डज दैट, बिकॉज देयर इज अ वेरी पेक्यूलियर नेचर ऑफ डिफरेंट सिटीज. आप एज अ पॉलिसी मेकर वो लोग सोच भी नहीं सकते हैं, और ये इमेजिनेशन नहीं रहेगा, या यू थिंक दैट्स अ सिटी और अ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट should have to tackle that specific case?
I think that is not the problem central government thinks.
Okay.
Central government has to think about 100 crore people and not like few people who sits in, I mean, you can go and stay in Surat. See, they are more worried about the people who are in Jalgaon, who are in, Kakinada.
Okay.
Or Tirupur.
Fair enough.
Who doesn't have a, I mean, in spite of very low income, they don't still have a house. See, you still have 10 lakh rupees, correct? You can choose your city.
Fair enough. Makes sense. See, ये जो रियल एस्टेट साइकिल जो पैंडेमिक के पहले there was a lull, and पैंडेमिक के बाद it's not stopped. I mean, थोड़ा सा बिग सिटीज में बिकॉज वो एक्सपेंशन बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया था, प्राइसेस भी बहुत ऊपर चले गए थे, थोड़ा सा लल आ गया. बट अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग स्पेस में there has been a steady growth. Obviously, what point you spoke about the deficit जो था, but do you think that affordable housing का जो growth है, do you think वो unabated चल सकता है the way you are describing it, considering cycles तो हर business में होते हैं, तो इसमें ऐसा cycle में impact क्यों नहीं हुआ है specifically?
मुझे लगता है कि affordable housing का cycle है ना, वो demand supply का cycle नहीं है.
अच्छा.
Affordable housing का जो cycle है वो economic upturn and downturn का cycle है.
Okay.
What I believe is very, see, for example, all affordable housing players, for example, in a city called Morbi, okay, we have got like 30 players.
Okay.
Everybody is doing 1 crore business. कोई इतना बड़ा नहीं करता है कि कोई 5 करोड़ करता है और सडनली गिर जाएगा, और कोई इतना छोटा भी नहीं करता है कि उसका डबल हो जाएगा.
अच्छा.
It is driven, it is touch and feel business, correct? So everybody has 1 branch, everybody has 10 runner boys, everybody does the same kind of a business. But one downturn in diamond industry, suddenly Surat market share is wiped off across the industry.
Okay.
So आप कोई भी अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग फाइनेंस वाले को पूछ लो सूरत में आपका क्या सिचुएशन है, एवरीबडी विल टेल यू कि हम लोग ने बंद कर दिया. बिकॉज व्हाट हैपेंड आफ्टर कोविड, आवर कंट्रीमेन वर्किंग इन सूरत वेंट बैक. They never came back because they got a job there.
Okay.
And outskirt of Surat was all occupied only by them.
Okay.
So आप कौन सी की बिल्डिंग में चले जाओ, 10 फ्लैट अवेलेबल है फॉर सेल.
एकदम टर्न उल्टा हो गया एकदम. Okay.
Because that industry, both industry, see, COVID hit them, and on after that, because of Ukraine or whatever you call, diamond industry never came back, nor the textile industry came back.
But textile industry also South में भी काफी impact हुआ है.
Tirupur.
So then you
I have a
think
branch there.
अच्छा वहाँ पे भी ये issue
I have a
चल-
branch there. Tirupur is the issue.
अच्छा.
But Tirupur better handled it because of the Southeast Asian export. But still,
Okay.
like that is what I am saying. That if industry or economic downturn, this industry, affordable housing finance, in my view, is only attached to the economic downturn. My board, my managing director always ask me, what happens, Manish, if there is an economic downturn? Please understand, my customer, okay, his income is 20,000 rupees a month.
Okay.
He is paying me EMI of 10,000 rupees a month.
Okay.
ठीक है, उसने अगर एक EMI बाउंस कर दिया because of his son not well, because he lost his father, mother, something, okay, for him to pay 2 EMI is a challenge. Because otherwise what will he eat? If he kind of don't pay 3 EMI, he has to sell his house. It's very difficult for him to arrange money.
So next thing, I just wanted to ask about the risk element in terms of the different types of products. First, if you could tell us the type of products in a affordable housing finance space, and what are the risk elements that you have to keep in mind while, say, suppose it's a loan against property. That's mostly some businessman taking loan. उसमें कितना risk होता है? And from a retail investor perspective, what should they understand about the products that are sold in terms of home loans or loans?
So, housing finance company generally has only 2 products. One is home loan, second is loan against property, but lot of variants.
Okay.
So when you talk about home loan, okay, in tier 2, tier 3 city, it is mostly the self construction or the plot plus construction, meaning he will buy a plot or he has a plot and his money is being used to construct the house. That is a standard product available in the affordable housing finance sector. Otherwise, you buy from apartment, from a builder, or you resell, you buy in a resale. So these are the home loan products. And the one more is like BT in. Like somebody is already paying EMI somewhere and he wants to come to you. That is a standardized home loan where it is simple that his self-occupied residence comes to you as a collateral. The chances of default is little bit lower.
Okay.
Because it is the attachment which plays a better role.
Got it.
Correct? When you talk about LAP, okay, it is very interesting to see because most of or some of us, including me, end up doing LAP for a better yield. Okay, but what yield is a better yield and how much risk comes with that better yield, that is to be judged. Like somebody does it 18%, somebody does it 14%. So what is important, and RBI keeps pushing all of our CEOs saying that please see the end use. So you are taking a LAP for what purpose? Sometimes our salaried guys come to us for a LAP because I want to start a restaurant business. People or I genuinely, one female came to me, okay, she is the only earner in the family. She wanted to send her daughter to Georgia for doing a doctorate. And she just took a LAP. She was a government employee. So it is very interesting way, or maybe in a festive season, Diwali, people just want to stock up because they believe there would be a demand. But they don't understand it is a 15-year loan which they are taking for like 3 months demand. So you have to end up seeing what this end use is very, very important. Maybe you charge 14%, maybe you charge 18%. But, and one more different way to look at it, the property which comes to you, is it a self-occupied or it is a rented property?
Okay.
Because sometimes what people does, I have got a property which has been given on anyway rent. Let me give this property as a collateral, borrow against it. If I do a venture, successful, super, otherwise sell the property. So, it is very, very touch and feel when it comes to affordable housing finance and the LAP segment.
Okay. So how does one build, considering you have done this from the ground up, how does one build a affordable housing finance business or generally a housing finance business by keeping the risk low? Because obviously आपको कहीं जहाँ से yield ज़्यादा मिल रहेगा आप वो बेचना कोशिश तो करोगे. It has to be not that big.
Exactly. So क्या होता है कि एक तो उसमें inbuilt risk है, risk mechanism already inbuilt किया हुआ NHB ने. Any housing finance company जिसके पास license है, he has to do 60% minimum housing finance.
अच्छा.
तो उसको आप 60% लैप कर दिया, 40% हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कर दिया, आपका लाइसेंस चला जाएगा. तो 60% करने के लिए पब्लिक 70% तो हाउसिंग फाइनेंस करती ही है.
अच्छा.
तो क्या होता है कि 70% आप समझ लो अक्रॉस इंडस्ट्री, नॉट ओनली मी, एवरीबडी इज एट 70% हाउसिंग फाइनेंस मिनिमम.
अच्छा.
तो उतना तो आपका रिस्क वो इनबिल्ड हो गया. 30% में आप क्या रिस्क लेते हो, दैट समबडी एन इन्वेस्टर और योर व्यूअर्स हैज टू सी कि हु इज द हायर यील्ड बिजनेस.
Okay.
Higher yield doesn't mean higher profitability.
Okay.
Higher yield may end up giving you a lot of NPAs and wipe off your profitability.
Okay.
So you have to really see what yield is the best suited for your kind of a risk ability which you want to take.
Fair enough. ये जो अभी अगर सपोज ऐसा स्केल जो बिजनेस आपने किया है वो कंसिस्टेंटली जो स्केल आई मीन ऑब्वियसली देयर इज अ ग्रोथ कमिंग विद द इकोनॉमिक साइकिल आल्सो इंडिया का इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ सो कंसिस्टेंटली प्रॉफिटेबल स्केल जो करते हैं लॉट्स ऑफ पीपल हैव आल्सो इन द लास्ट 2-3 years इतने मॉर्गेज फाइनेंस कंपनीज और हाउसिंग फाइनेंस अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनीज लिस्ट हुए हैं. If you could demystify us as to how to see the business, because you have also been Group CFO for JM, so you are at a different vantage point while being a CEO also. Could you just explain that for retail investors?
So there are registered almost 100 housing finance companies. ठीक है, अभी नई इतनी रजिस्टर नहीं होती है, hardly few in a year. But जो पहले gap था ना, that is been kind of getting captured now.
Okay.
And out of 100, the sizable, so NHB में there is a cut like below 1,000 crore housing finance company and above 1,000 crore housing finance company. Hardly 25-30 would be above 1,000 crore housing finance company.
That's in terms of AUM.
हाँ, AUM. That's the real meaningful player.
Okay.
Otherwise आप राजस्थान में चले जाओ, 5 हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनी ऐसी मिलेगी वो 300-400 करोड़ का बिजनेस करती है. प्रॉब्लम उसका नहीं है. प्रॉब्लम इज दैट हाउसिंग फाइनेंस वी ऑल थिंक दिस इज एन एसेट गेम. Believe me, it is a liability game.
Oh, ALM, that's the basic thing.
Meaning, unless you get a right liability, you can't compete. See, internationally, there is only two concepts, bank and parabank.
Okay.
Parabank only works for the bank.
Correct.
Here, NBFC and HFC, in my view, is parabank.
Correct.
Because we originate, at the end what happens? We take all the risk, we take all the pain. We even give to new to credit customer, meaning he is first time borrowing. I don't know his behavior. Still I take a risk. Okay, अच्छा बंदा है, वो चला जाएगा. He will go to SBI 9%. अच्छा, I also do a DA. या तो मैं उसका asset बेच दूंगा, because मेरा liability profile. You get it? So ये housing finance company है ना, वो आपको beyond a point it cannot become like 2 lakh crore unless you are Bajaj and AAA companies and you are lending in Bombay to a bank salary guys. Then you are like HDFC, Bajaj, Tata Housing. So they are different category. I don't think there is a competition. There are competition with SBIs and Kotaks of the world.
Okay.
So don't put everybody in one housing finance sector is what I am trying to say.
I understand. So ये जो I keep giving this example to about my friend who sitting in Delhi got a home loan approved in Goa. Why not stepping out of his house? With some private bank. So there is the whole originations, loan management, collections, it has digitized so furiously, इतना जल्दी हुआ है over the years. I mean, आप जो बोलते हो touch and feel business है ये, तो in that digitized space आप कैसे manage कर पाते हैं?
Very interesting question. Very interesting.
What do you tell your team?
Now, first of all, what I am telling to my board? Okay, because that question comes from top. Okay, my team, so whatever we drive them, they kind of execute. So I keep saying all our customers are smart. They have a smartphone. Okay, only thing their data is not there. And tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, somehow the property records is still not digitized.
Okay.
So the day that happens, you will see a sea change.
Okay.
So today what is happening, for example, because of your UPI, India stack, you have got Aadhaar, you have got UPI, all ping, correct? All APIs available. So we also have a system, most of the things which we can get it done sitting in our office. We don't have to travel. But at the end, you have to go and see a field investigation or a credit person sitting in his shop. For example, a Kirana shop near any tier 2 cities. Okay, we actually end up sitting with him, take a photo stock, understand how many years he is running that shop for. That is very important for us, and that is why it is touch and feel business. You can always see last 12 months transaction on a bank data, but he is not a bank salaried guy. At the end, 60% of my customer is self-employed, and 60% across the affordable housing is self-employed, and they keep changing their business mind. See, everybody in India thinks he is entrepreneur.
It's a good thing and a bad thing in a way.
No, I'm telling you, especially if you go to Gujarat, nobody wants to, kind of
Gujarat
have a job,
business is in
My 30% business is Gujarat. So everybody is very different, and the business model is very different. You cannot standardize. For example, I'll give you one super example. Okay, milk, which you get from buffalo and cow, the cattle. In Jalgaon, you will get 2,000 rupees per cattle.
Okay.
In Rajasthan, it is 2,500 rupees.
Okay.
But if you go to Karimnagar, it is 3,500. I said, नहीं हो सकता यार. How can a buffalo give higher milk in Karimnagar? So then the argument comes is that, sir, this is Jersey cow.
Okay.
So this is very, very different way. I mean, no technology can tell you that he has 5 Jersey cow. You get it? So that's why this affordable housing is something which you cannot standardize. And the day you standardize, affordable housing companies will get killed because this business will move to banks.
Oh, okay.
Simple enough, sir. If HDFC Bank has so much technology, if he has got all your things digitally, your property, why we are in business? Why somebody comes to me? Not that he's a bad customer.
उनको नहीं मिल रहा, वो कोई और लोन नहीं दे.
क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है? Because either उसका income paper या उसका collateral paper is not easily verifiable. Otherwise he'll go to SBI, no?
Correct. Makes sense. Interesting. Sir, just before we close, couple of last questions. आप इतने 25 साल से you said JM में हैं, and then 17 में आपने ये business में you started this business after speaking to your board. ऐसा कुछ चीज़ जो है आपने जो शुरुआत में सोचा था कि ऐसा होगा, this is how it should be, and then you have either been defeated or you have to change your mind कि नहीं, मेरे को मैं जो सोचा था गलत है और अभी मुझे कुछ नया करना पड़ेगा. मतलब कन्विक्शन जो आपका था, जो आपको अबैंडन करना पड़ा और नया चीज़ करना पड़ा, ऐसे एनी एग्जांपल, बिकॉज आई थिंक पीपल इन्वेस्टिंग में भी वो चीज़ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
सो आई डोंट वांट टू नेम वन ऑफ द टॉप कंसल्टिंग फर्म वी हायर्ड, करेक्ट?
ओके.
वन ऑफ द टॉप, सो आई कांट नेम इट. उसने एक अच्छा सा प्रेजेंटेशन बनाया. सर, ये हाउसिंग फाइनेंस में दिस इज द वे यू शुड डू बिजनेस, दिस इज द स्विम लेन्स, द वर्ड यूज इज स्विम लेन्स, मीनिंग ये कस्टमर आएगा ऐसा, ये पेपर लेंगे आप डिजिटली, उसको ऐसा लोन चला जाएगा. वो 8 साल में कभी हुआ नहीं. एंड आई पेड अ बॉम्ब as a fees to this consultants. Okay. And I called him. I had a lunch with him. I said, boss, the way I built, now you should tell your customers how to build. But so, see, my point is that sitting in, so I have a 24-48 rule. Okay. We make lot of plans sitting in a AC office with 24-degree temperature. When you go to 48-degree temperature, in a city called Dhule, you will realize this is not the customer, boss. You may think that उसको 1% कम करके मैं रेट दे दूंगा, that risk adjusted pricing, कुछ नहीं होता है. होता है, but the risk you have to see on the ground. That risk you cannot see digitally on your screen. That is very important. Plus there is a competition.
एक और चीज़, if you see the fintech space, they do a lot of unsecured lending. I have not been able to find, say, a fintech first player getting into this housing finance space. Do you think there is a inherent deficiency that they cannot solve for?
Exactly.
What is it like? I mean, if you could
property papers, land titles, documents.
अच्छा. तो अगर वो solve हो जाए तो you think that everyone will become
then digital? The fintech is of no use. No, banks will enter. अच्छा. Then why would fintech enter? Bank would enter. Bank would buy the fintechs.
Interesting. Sir, last question. I ask this to most of our guests. Any favorite books that you have, say any podcast that you listen to, or any film, something that basically आपको लगा कि हाँ ये किसी और को भी ये देखना चाहिए या पढ़ना चाहिए या सुनना चाहिए. Anything that you have on your mind.
Film तो I love Nayak.
अच्छा.
So that is one of the very different film which I have seen, because you are there to take call. You have to take call. The message from that film. Okay, he's been made one day CM. I don't know whether you have seen.
I've seen it.
Anil Kapoor.
It was the original Tamil movie, and then it was made into
Anil Kapoor. The message is very clear in that film. Is that you are there to take a decision. You have to take decision on that day.
Okay.
Simple. And that is what I am doing every minute.
Okay.
From morning to evening, what you do as a CEO? You at least, I mean, इसको हायर करना है कि नहीं करना है, इसको लोन देना है कि नहीं करना है, उसका प्रॉपर्टी ऑक्शन करना है कि नहीं करना है. Every decision has to be taken there and there only. You can't say that, I'll just check with my board. That is very important, and that comes with one, gut feeling, and second, with experience.
All right. Any books, if you have something?
I love only one book, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
This is a previous recommendation from another guest also, so viewers do pick up this book. So thank you so much for giving out the time, Manish. It was a really interesting conversation. I hope our viewers also enjoyed it, and I would love to do this again soon. Thank you.
Thanks Vivek. Thank you.
तो ये था बाजार एंड बियॉन्ड का आज का एपिसोड, जहां हमने समझा अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग फाइनेंस के डिमांड और सप्लाई के डायनामिक्स और जाना कैसे ये सेगमेंट रियल एस्टेट के अंदर सबसे रेजिलिएंट और फास्ट ग्रोइंग पिलर बन चुका है। अगर आपको ये एपिसोड पसंद आया तो वीडियो को लाइक और शेयर ज़रूर करें, और ऐसे ही इंसाइटफुल कॉन्वर्सेशंस के लिए mStock के यूट्यूब चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें। तो मिलते हैं अगले एपिसोड में, तब तक के लिए स्टे सेफ एंड इन्वेस्ट वाइजली।
Investments in securities markets are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.